Step 2 of this discipline guide is ego. Your massive ego is the reason that you are exactly where you are today. You think that you're too good for what it will take to improve your discipline. With that being said, I do think it is extremely important to have an ego, but most of you are using it in a completely wrong way when you could be using it to your advantage. You should be using your massive ego to work hard in order to justify it. If you're sitting there saying, I deserve this body and this much money and this lifestyle and I want people to respect me, you need to be doing the things that make it impossible for you to not have those things. That is a healthy ego. But if you have an ego without those justifications, an ego that you don't work hard to justify and believe that you're just special and you deserve all these things just because, that is a toxic ego. So you have to learn to use your ego to your advantage. So starting right now, I want everything that I say, whether you agree with it or not, I want you to take it with a completely open mind and actually dissect what I'm saying to you, because all of this is extremely important. And it's how I was able to completely turn my life around from being a drug addict, going nowhere in his life, to where I am now. And the reason I want to make this point very clear is because the real way to improve your discipline is not like some David Goggins shit, going to run 200 miles or going and doing 5,000 pull-ups in 24 hours. It's finding the easiest good habits that you currently aren't doing and start consistently doing them. And no one's going to tell you this, because all the people on social media that are talking about discipline are talking like you have to fucking break yourself off, which gets views and which is great. But I'm not here for views. I'm here to give you what is actually sustainable long-term and what will actually give you the real results that you're looking for. It's not fucking cool. It's not some big fucking workout or anything like that. Discipline is the thousands of little acts of the shit that you think is insignificant and doesn't matter, because that's your ego talking. So you think that you can cut the corners. If you think that something doesn't matter or that it's not going to change anything, that is your ego talking, not an objective truth of the world. You need to listen to your brain and actually begin to challenge it and question it. Think about it. Your own brain has convinced you to watch porn, do the drugs, eat the junk food, skip the gym, whatever it is. Your brain has convinced you that it was okay to do those things. So maybe it's best that we don't just blindly comply and trust our brains all of the time. So to begin leveling up your discipline, I want you to pick at least one of the little tasks that you know that you don't usually do and start consistently doing them. It's these small little things that you need to start doing before we move on to the bigger acts of discipline, which we will get into. But think about it like a video game. You don't just jump straight to the final boss, right? You have to go through all the levels and gain the XP so that you can become a capable character that is capable of defeating the final boss. This is your training ground, the training ground where you start using your ego to your advantage. Stop listening to the parts of your brain that has gotten you to this point in your life and accept the fact that you are not that good yet. You are not that advanced yet. And accept the fact that you are not past the point where something like making your bed every single day would not help you increase your discipline.